Hey friends, yesterday I posted on Instagram a picture of Isan Bank, the sign outside the bank. And I called it Racial Discrimination Bank. And finally people started asking, what happened? Okay, in Taiwan, it's very common that if you change workplaces, the new workplace will ask you to open an account that uses their bank so they can transfer your salary to your account. And of course, being at a new school, this is my first full week, then I was asked to do that. And they use Isan Bank, which is one bank that somehow I missed over all these years. So I took my lunch time and went to the bank to try to open an account. It's easy. All you need is your stamp and your ID card. And so everything seemed to be going smoothly. I waited a long time, but it seemed to be going smoothly. And then she said, wait a minute, and went away for a long time. I was like, what, did you go home and take a shower or something? Finally, she comes back and says, when you canceled your US citizenship, you probably got some kind of document. Do you still have that? And I'm like, oh, that's long gone. Actually, I think it got ruined in a typhoon one time. I had a window that was just open a little crack and enough rain came in to destroy a bunch of documents. And so I think that that paper's gone and I haven't seen it for years. So I'm like, no, I don't have that. And they're like, well, you have to have that or you can't open an account. I'm like, what? I'm not a foreigner, I'm Taiwanese. And I've been Taiwanese for like 17 years. I canceled my US citizenship like 17 years ago. I have nothing to do with USA. And they're like, well, yeah, but we still need that document or you can't open an account. I was so pissed off. When I got up to leave, I said, you know I'm pissed off, but I'm not pissed off at you. I'm pissed off at your racial discrimination bank. And then I turned to the door and just said into the void a lot of bad words. All right, well, anyway, that's what happened. But the good thing about Taiwan is that usually in a workplace or some kind of environment, there's always going to be someone willing to help. And one of my co-teachers, in fact, offered to help because she knows people in the bank and she asked about it. And she said, yeah, you really have to have that to open an account. But another coworker talked to the accounting people and said that I can use another account and they're willing to transfer it to me that way. So I said, how about my post office account? And he checked and he said, yeah, it's okay. So this weekend, when I go home, I'll get my post office bank book and copy it, take pictures of it, bring it back to school next week. And then they can use that to transfer my salary to me. They're willing to do that. So the problem is solved. But that is just ridiculous. And finally, I asked the first coworker that I talked about, I said, excuse me, what exactly was the reason? She said, USA has a law now that they can try to chase USA citizens around the world and make them pay tax. I said, but I'm not a US citizen. I have this. That means that I'm not a US citizen. And they're like, still, they need that document so that if they ask to take your money in tax, they have a document to say why I shouldn't have to pay tax. And it's like, wait a minute. They don't know my name. The US government doesn't know my name. They don't know my ID number. And if they tried to search for my original US name, they're not going to find anybody because that guy doesn't exist. My former English name and my former social security number, after 10 years, maybe your social security number might be used by a baby or something. So I don't exist as far as the US government is concerned. There's nothing they can do. So anyway, that's a big BS story, but the good ending is everything worked out, and I've been helped by people, and I'm really glad that I waited a day to record this, because if I did yesterday, oh God, it would be absolute diarrhea of the mouth, which was the case when I got back to school from the bank. Well, anyway, that's it for this story, folks. Mr. Brown Coffee, Brazil, made in Taiwan. Good. Try it out if you get a chance. And as always, take care and be safe out there. GoPro, stop recording.